Good evening everybody, it's Charlie and welcome back to the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It's time for another video on the channel. Yes, it's time for your press conference reaction. Marsh had his press conference earlier on this afternoon ahead of the Bournemouth game on Saturday at Elland Road. So we're just going to be talking through a few of the main team news talking points, and then I, as always, will be giving who I think the starting 11 will be. So just before I get into it, please smash that like button, please subscribe, share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below as always, and yeah, we'll get right into it then. So obviously the first main talking point that we need to discuss is the fact that Jesse Marsh has now said that Sinisterra's foot injury is now a little bit more serious than we first thought, which means that he will be ruled out until after the World Cup. So we're not going to be seeing Cine in action now until at the very least the Man City game after the World Cup. Obviously it's a huge loss for us. Some people may argue we still beat... Who was it again? Liverpool. God, my mind went absolutely blank then. I really do apologise. So yeah, we beat Liverpool at Anfield on Saturday without him, which I get that, but is still a massive loss for me. And if he's fit, he starts. It's as simple as that. So obviously we've got Bournemouth and Spurs. The Spurs game would have been a good game to have him for, but unfortunately that's not meant to be. But I do still think we've got a strong enough squad based on the other injury news. Obviously, Forshaw and Stuart Dallas is still out. I think he said Archie Gray could be back. And yeah, that's all that he really said, really. One thing that I found quite interesting from the press conference is that he did state that Leeds United are prepared for Bournemouth and that we're prepared to either play with 4 or maybe a 5 at the back, which is interesting, which when I come to my predicted 11, I may have to give maybe 2 predicted 11s based on that. I think that will be very interesting if he decides to go with that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Bournemouth play with a... Do they play with a front 2? I'm sure it's just Kiefer Moore. So yeah, who knows why he's thinking of doing that. He's the coach, he's the tactician at the end of the day, and we'll soon find out on Saturday if that is a good decision or not, if he chooses to make it. Obviously, he spoke about Christensen, saying that he's one of our best players at the minute and that is improving week on week, which I've said that on previous uploads. If you take Leicester out of it, I think Christensen has had a real good change of form. I feel like he's adapting to the league quite well, and he has coped with some of the league's best wingers over recent weeks, likes of Zaha, the likes of Gabriel Martinelli. Who did he cope with the other day? I think he didn't really cope with Salah, more like Darwin Núñez when he was cutting out to the left-hand side. But yeah, look, I think Christensen is slowly but surely starting to prove himself now, which is good, and hopefully his form continues. But yeah, other than that, obviously, the last time I did a press conference reaction, there was kind of a lot to get my teeth into because we'd just been beat by Fulham, we were coming up to Liverpool, there was a lot of talk about Marsh's situation in his job. I think he's bought himself a bit more time. If we lose to Bournemouth, I think we're right back to that stage. People might think, yeah, but you've just beaten Liverpool at Anfield. It's like, yeah, but it needs to be followed up. Saturday was amazing. It was unbelievable. Nobody expected it. It was absolute delirium. Class. That's fine. But if we can't beat the teams in and around us, that essentially will decide if we stay up or not. If we beat Bournemouth and even just get a point against Spurs, we're comfortably mid-table going into the World Cup, which would be an amazing position. Even if we just beat Bournemouth and then play really well but lose out to Spurs, I think I would still take that. I think we'd be fairly comfortable in about 13th, 14th into the World Cup. So this game is huge for Leeds United. Obviously, I will be doing my match preview tomorrow night on the channel where I will go a little bit more in depth in that, but this is a huge game for our season. a huge, huge game. And who do I think will start that game on Saturday against Bournemouth? So, as I said, it could be a back four, it could be a back five. So obviously in goal it'll be Illan Meslier after his man of the match performance at Anfield. Unbelievable. Let's see if he can build on that now, because there has been a few goals that he's let in this season which have been a little bit suspect. But he had an amazing game at Anfield, so hopefully that builds him in his confidence. Now, if we go with a back four, I expect it to be the same back four that started against Liverpool. Christensen, Koch, Cooper and Strauch. If we play with a back five, which I'm assuming would be the three centre-backs with wing-backs, it's interesting, this one. Could he potentially go Ayling at right centre-back, Koch in the middle, Cooper on the left with Pascal at left wing-back and Christensen as right wing-back? Or he could go with, dare I say it, Llorente on the right centre-back, Koch in the middle, Cooper on the left, Pascal at left wing-back. Who knows? I think it will be one of those two scenarios, if I'm honest. Moving into the midfield then, so if we go with the typical 4-2-3-1, it will of course be Mark Roca and Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams, I've said it on my last upload last night about our signings, future Leeds United captain for me. Unbelievable of late, and I do think that will continue in this game regardless of the result. Mark Roca, yeah, standard. They both complement each other really well. They both offer different things, which is why they work together so well. So, of course, Mark Roca will be in there. Even if we play five at the back, I expect them to be in the midfield. If it's a three in behind the striker, you'll be looking at... I do think Somerville will start again. And let's be honest, he does deserve it at the minute. 2 goals in 2. So I think Somerville will operate from the left with Jack Harrison on the right, Brendan Aronson in behind Rodrigo Moreno. Part of me does think he could go with Bamford in this one for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe Aronson out on the right. Maybe take Jack Harrison out of the team, which a lot of people are saying, and I can completely agree. Aronson on the right, maybe Rodrigo in behind Bamford. Who knows? We could see that. But obviously if it's a 5 at the back, you'd be looking at 3-4-3. So again, you'd be looking at maybe Rodrigo or Bamford up front, Somerville on the left, and then either you'd expect Brendan Aronson to start, if I'm being honest. So you could see Jack Harrison drop out of the team this week. I don't think we will. I think Rodrigo will start up front. But it's at least something to think about, isn't it, guys? So that has been my press conference reaction / predicted 11 ahead of the Bournemouth game on Saturday. As I said earlier, I will be back with my match preview ahead of the game tomorrow night, followed by the match review after the game on Saturday after I get home. After I get home from the game, I will be back with a match review. Final say Sunday. Plenty of content over the next few days on the Chatting Leeds channel, so keep it locked. Please smash that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers.